Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Then we're mowing and we're picking up directly, all with a hired help. So all we got to do is drive it from the field where the mower is working to wherever we've got our silage fermenter or our hay dryer, and then we tip the grass directly into there. That is one option that we could use, if it works. That'll require a little bit of testing, and that's obviously for a little bit later on, when we've got a lot more cows, because that's kind of going to be one of the biggest things. Everything else we can do with hired help. The only thing that you can't do with hired help is pick up a rode-up crop like this. So we're going to need to have some kind of option to be able to sort of work through that. What option can we use? So that seems to me to be the best one at the moment. We put the Krone mower, the big M is it called, and have that one running. Am I going to fit everything in here? I think I will. Okay, we've got a nice lot of grass coming off of these fields if we're not going to be able to fit everything in. I thought we'd easily be able to get everything into this, but it's looking like it might be a bit touch and go here. I don't know if we're going to... We should do. We've still got 30,000 capacity in here left. It's going to be tight, though. And this field wasn't even all fertilized, was it? This field had a little bit of area that wasn't... Actually, I think a lot of it... I think this only had one coat in this side. I think it did. I can't remember now. Right, anyway, we are going to fit it all in, so we don't need to worry about that. It will fit this time, We just might need to make sure that next time we do our hay or silage, we fill the trailer up completely rather than just emptying it after just the first few rounds. But anyway, yeah, if we can use the Krone Big M, the Stevie version, because I think the base game, you can tow something on the back of it, although I'm not sure about that. I don't even know if you can tow something on the back of it, so we may not be able to do that. Now, there is one other option that we could do if the Krone option doesn't work. The mower option doesn't work. There is one other thing that we could do, and you can have a trailer on the back as well to make that one work. So we could use that for both hay and silage. And I'll show you the one that I mean in just a second. It's a forager. You just have the forager, and it's got the direct cut. Use the direct cut option. And there's a grass cut option. So we go into, not you, we go here. Corner header, forage harvester headers. We go into here, and we take one of these. The X-Disc 620. Now, it's 6.2 meters. It's not like the hugest. And we take maybe a Stevie version of one of those. Something like that. I mean, you can get these here, quite wide ones. Obviously, these are set for just corn. But you can get some bigger ones. You can get some modded ones. We've got like the Easy Collect. That's only a 6 meter wide one. So you got here, this one's 9 meters wide, which is pretty good. And then you got a Krone X-Disc there by Stevie. Now, this one will cut everything. Oh, except for that. Oh. I genuinely thought, maybe it's because I haven't updated it. But I genuinely thought Stevie had done one of these that would also cut grass. So you got 9 meters of grass cutting width that you could then use on the big X 1180. Possibly he has. I'm not really sure. We've got the Big M there by Stevie. Obviously, this is a 10 meter wide machine. So I have got the Stevie one in here. And it does have a hitch on the back. Chances are, if Stevie's one has got a hitch on the back, it will also be able to take the forage wagon that we've got right here. And if it will take the forage wagon on the back, that means that there is a very, very, very good chance that the hired help would be able to do it. So we could just have the Krone Big M set to rowing up rather than spreading out. And then we would have to manually do the outside round on the field. Maybe 2 rounds on the field, just so he's got enough room to turn around. And then you set the hired help doing the rest of it. And the hired help goes whizzing up and down the field with this one on the back. And keeps going until this one is full. When this one is full, in theory, the hired help should say, can go no further am full, sir. Please come empty me. And so then we go along and we empty him out, and everybody's happy. At least I think that's how it's going to work. That is what I'm hoping. Okay, we'll go and put in another 250,000 litres in there. While that one's emptying out, you are now doing the very last part of this field right here. You have finished this one, and I need to get you over to the last field down there so we can finish doing all of the cultivating. And then I can get the planters up here. They will finish at about the same time, which is excellent timing for everything. Because I got the one small field down there still to do. And then we've got these two up here. And by the time we get the small field done, this one up here will be finished. Helper G has gone. Okay. Oh, that's the one of the planters. Right. You go there. This field here, possibly, we will need to do a bit of tidy up down that bottom end. We'll have a look at that in a minute. You have got in here a little bit still to go, so I'm going to leave you going there. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this one here, who has now finished this field in here, and we are going to need to change this one over. Can't really go driving around the road with it like this, so what we'll... technically, I can. I could get away with it, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here like this. I'm going to put that one right there. I'm going to lower it down. Actually, I'm not going to lower it down yet. Lift it up. I'm not going to do that either. I'm not going to just unhitch it and throw it on the ground. I'm going to unfold it properly and sensibly like that, and then I'm going to throw it on the ground. And I actually thought that it was facing the other way. Then I can hook you on like this, and it will go back to the yard, top up the seed on this one, although I don't actually think I need to, because the field I'm about to go and do I'm not going to use hired help for. So I'm going to take this one straight up to the top, the one that we've only just finished cultivating, and I'm going to start you planting in there. And then the Valtra working in here. As soon as that one is done, that one can start working on the little field just across from where it's working right now. I need to have my beacons on while I go running around here, don't I? Gonna stop by the seed dispenser. Seed store, whichever you want to call it. And we're going to top that one up there before we go racing off up to the top, because we didn't have very much left. Although I'm not going to need to do very much with this one on my... I'm not on my own, manually. I'm not going to need to do very much with that. I'm only going to need to unhitch the thing, set it up, and then just put it going. I mean, I suppose I could just do the one that I do quite often, which is just one line up and down on each side. Well, one line on one side, considering that the cultivator is still running. I don't know if I need to. We will do just one pass up through there. We'll do one pass up through, and then we can put the hired help going. So let's just unhitch that bad boy there, and whiz on round like this. There we go. Right. Get you hitched on there like that, and then I can zoom in a little bit and get that one lined up there. Do a pass up across here. It's a little bit slow. Now he's putting out the same pattern as the Valtra down the bottom, so I don't really know why the new fields didn't have this pattern on the ground. It just seems a little bit odd. I don't really know what was going on there, but I'm sure there is a logical explanation somewhere deep within the code of the game. I'm absolutely positive. Same as there is a logical explanation for a lot of things that happen with the hired help. Somewhere buried deep inside the code where no one can ever actually find it. So we will never truly understand the goings-ons of the thinking of the hired help. Now, if I set that one going down there, and off we go, hired help is away. Okay, so that one's going to go and do that. We've got 2 combines to put away. We've got a cultivator up here that is still working, nearly finished on this field. We've got that field is very nearly almost finished now. He's just got that one little run there. He's missed a tiny piece in the corner there. Never mind. But he's got this one tiny little bit to do down through here, and then that one will be finished, so we'll come back to that one in just a second. We've got our truck full of grain over here, which we're waiting on. And then over here, we actually want to get some fertilizer onto our field, don't we? So we go and have a look in here. We could do with a wee bit of fertilizer on some of these fields, except that the tractors are busy, so we can't do that. Well, I suppose we could, actually, couldn't we? We could go and use... Let's just keep a half eye on this one a second, and then we can get him started on the next field. And then once we get him started on the next field, so you'll come down to there, and Helper E has completed their task. So then I will drive over this way, and I don't actually need to do anything around the edges of this field. I did a top end, which is where we get the most trouble from this field. We don't need to do anything else. Just back you down here a little bit. We'll go about there, I think, and off you go. Right. So that one can go and do that, and then we can go to this one. Well, this may as well stay up here for now, because we're not going to be needing this down the other end. Not for a little while. We don't have any straw to go and pick up, so we're not going to be needing it down there. So I'll just unhitch that one there, and then I'll use this tractor to do a little bit of slurry spreading. I know it's a little bit overkill for that tiny little slurry tanker that we've got there, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's perfect. It's a match made in heaven. Look at that. I mean, even the color coding is fantastic. Right, sat there and admired it for long enough and had a wee sip of coffee. We will race this one over here and get it loaded like that. We've got 60,000 litres of slurry in there, which is, well, 40,000 litres is 5 loads, and then 20,000 is 2.5. So we've got 7.5 loads of slurry in there, which is not going to be enough to do everything. So I'm just going to manually do a line along the bottom end of the field right here. And then stop that one. I think I can probably just set the hired help going up and down. I may need to do a pass across the top end of the field as well. I'm not quite sure. Now, looking at slurry tankers, I wouldn't mind just upgrading ever so slightly, because we've got that one. Now, a slight upgrade. I think actually the best upgrade for us, I don't really want to get the Joskin Modulo, because that's one that unfolds. I didn't really want to be doing it like that. Let me come out of here a second, and I will turn off the hired help, and I'll manually do a pass along this top end as well. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it might make it just a little bit better for doing the turning on the top end of the field up there. So if I do that, and then as I'm over here, I will chop it back up again, because we're almost to halfway empty on this one. But yeah, I mean, we're only taking 8,000 litres at a time in here, and it's not very much, is it? So we could probably do with being able to transport just a little tiny bit more slurry than that in one go. So I'll bring you down here, and I'll set you going again, and then we'll go back and take another look at the slurry tankers. So the Modulo, the Joskin Modulo, is one that I don't really want, because it's got that trailed injector system, or dribble bar, or whatever it is that it's got. I don't really want that. I'd like it just to spread like this, is kind of what I'm after. So, slurry tanks in here. This one here, 62,000 right there. I don't want this injection system. or dribble bar, whatever it is. And so this is the one that I'm leaning towards. He's got a spreader plate on the back, just like that. And then, I mean, we can go and put a cultivator on there as well if we want to, but he's got this spreader plate, and it does spread 15 meters wide. So this is the one that I would like to get. It requires 180 horses of power in order to pull it. And our current tractor that we are sitting on has engine set up the bigger 175 horsepower. What did I say it required? 180. So yeah, it's borderline. It's borderline, but it should be able to do it. There's no real reason that it won't be able to do it. Not quite sure what that one's doing. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm going to allow it to carry on, and I'm going to trust it implicitly with the work that I've left it to do. You have now finished your work, which means that we can take you back over to the cattle yard once I've returned the cultivator. So I'll return the cultivator first. And then I can... This one's on 23 hours. What's the other one on? It's the one that had done the most hours that we were originally going to have in the cattle yard. I don't know which way around. I think, actually, it's the other one. No, because we brought the other one down, didn't we? Yes. No, not you. No, 7 hours this one's done. So, yes, it is. This is the one for the cattle yard. So we'll bring the cultivator over, and we will just make sure that it's fully repaired. We'll stuff it back into the shed, and then this tractor can be... repair the tractor as well while we're here. Cultivator definitely needs a bit of repairing. Right, it's all looking good, and we can go and stuff this back into the shed. And then we can go and take the tractor back over to the cattle yard. Although I'm probably going to keep the Valtra on the spreader. I know it's a bit overkill, but I'm still kind of liking the idea of keeping that one on that job. Just for a minute at least. You're back in here. There we go. So I've got to get 2 new cultivators. We need something a little bit bigger than the ones that we're using at the moment. I mean, they're all right. They do the job, and we were able to get all the cultivating done ahead of all the planting. But, well, it's not brilliant, is it? Right, we need to keep that thing running up there. That's going to be our priority at the moment. Let's keep this one going, because we've not just got this field here to do. We've also got the bigger field, and then the new field. The new field isn't as big as the second one that we had, the second grass field, but it's still a fair size. So we want to keep all of the... We want to get all of the fields done. Like that. Right. So I'll start this one here, just on this bit, and I'll finish this little line right here like that. I'm actually just going to do that manually there, and remember to turn it off. And then I'm going to bring it over this side, start it up again, and then send it down here. So we get to the edge of the field with the slurry, and then we've just got that one little line to do up through there. I'll reload the tanker, and then we will take it over to the field over that side. I think we actually spread further. I think we get more ground covered with slurry than we do with manure, but I'm not entirely certain on that point. How are the cows doing? 62 cows. We have another animal in 9 hours and 15 minutes. So tomorrow morning we'll have 63 cows. Now, I would actually like... We're now full on total mixed ration as well, which is good. I'd like to buy some more cows. I also want to get another solar panel. I think we're due another solar panel, aren't we? Because we bought another field. And then we also need to get the sugar beet equipment so that we're ready to be doing that bit. So you can stop there. We'll run you over and we'll fill you back up again. This one over here. And I've got to keep an eye on those seed drills. am I doing? I want to fill this one there. Right. Keep an eye on the seed drills as well, so that we're absolutely certain that they keep running. It's very important that they stay running. This one here, we're going to go up over the hill and down the ramp to get to that field over there. And the downside of the field that we've got over here is that we did plow quite a bit extra around the edges, and unfortunately, because of the walls, well, certainly the wall at one end, there's a little bit of a tunnel at the other end, but that's not like a major thing. But because of the wall at one end there, we're going to have to do at least 2 passes on that end with the slurry tanker. Otherwise, it's not going to spread right up to the wall. It physically won't be able to do it. And that would be the advantage of having a larger tanker. 1, we would cover the ground more efficiently, and 2, we'd probably only have to do 1 pass. At least I think we would. It's 14.2 meters. Whereas this one is... I'm not actually sure what this one is. I think it's about 6 meters, isn't it? Something like that. It's not very much. Even be less than 6 meters. Let's bring you back over here, and we'll put a little bit of slurry straight onto the tracks, like that. There we go. I'm sure they will appreciate it. And then we can come along here like this, just along the very outside edge of the field. Everything's looking good there. Right. Now I can manually, I don't need to manually do. There is one little tiny bit that's been missed right there. And then I can go here and set the hired help going up through here. Yeah, how big is it? 9 meter. It's a 9 meter spread, whereas the next one I'm looking at is 15 meters. Oh, it's 14.2, it's 14.8, so it's effectively 15 meters. So we get an extra 6 meters, which is 2/3 of the width that we've got right here on this one already. That's pretty good. I quite like that. I'm quite happy to have that kind of level of spread on here. Helper B has completed their task. That is the No, that's not the Wow! You finished already? Okay, I'm genuinely surprised at that. I thought this one wouldn't have finished before the Valtra finished down the bottom, but the Valtra is still going. Unless there's something gone wrong with the Valtra down there. That's entirely possible. I'll go and have a look at that in a second. You can just go here, and we won't do anything with you at all. Oh! And now the Valtra's finished. There, that's what we were waiting on there. So if I just... Yeah, I'm waiting on you. Let me go here to this one a minute. You're going to go back over to the cattle yard, but not just yet. So I'm going to stick you over there a second, and then I'm going to get this one. And we're going to drive this one now straight up to the top field. And I'm going to start working from the other side. So we'll finish this field up here in absolutely record time. I don't really need to bring this one up here. Can I squeeze in between those combines without shredding the sides of them? Apparently I can. Look at that. Bonus. We didn't destroy our own machinery. That's always a bit of a bonus, I'd say. And off you go up there. Are you going to be lined up right to take that? Should be okay. I hope it's okay anyway. Right. Next, I want to go to this one. And we will manually do a pass along the top end of this field right here. I can just move in a little bit. I don't move in too much or I'm going to miss a bit. Like that. Round. And then we can head up this side. You know what I was thinking the other day? Do you remember the Sosnovka map? I used to really like that map. I know there's some really big fields in there. There was sort of small fields and big fields. A bit of a mixture. I wouldn't mind going back to that map. The Bjornholm map was nice, and I liked it and all, but... yeah, it was one of those, like, I did really enjoy that map, and I spent a lot of hours playing the Beyond Home map, but it wasn't sort of, it didn't grab me the way that this one and the Sosnyovka map in particular, they grabbed me. I really, really enjoyed those maps. I don't know what it was about the Sosnyovka one. That one, I really couldn't tell you what it was about that map that I enjoyed so much. Because that type of farming, it was based Eastern Europe, it was quite far Eastern Europe. Ukraine, that one was based in, wasn't it? And it's very, very different to any farming that I've personally done, or at least, like, it seems to be set out to do that. Like, quite a large scale. I mean, there was some small-scale stuff on there as well. It sort of seemed to be quite a good mixture of the two, actually. It was a good balance between very big scale and quite small scale. And I like the feel of the old sheds and sort of machinery lying around as well, sort of the left over from the communist era of the time, and I don't know, it really, there was something really quite good about that map. Now, I did enjoy the Beyond Hole map. I did like that one. I thought that one was really good. I did enjoy playing it. It was a kind of a nice feel to it, but it wasn't quite for me. I guess it wasn't the same. I mean, I've literally just said that the Sosnyovka map was nothing like any farming I've ever done personally, so I don't really get why that one sort of appealed to me so much. But Beyond Home was not really a lot like farming I've done. It was, I mean, yes, I've done a lot of farming on hills and so on, which is, you know, you'd think that it was sort of speak to me, but that one's based in a forest. Beyond Home was like Black Forest, wasn't it? Is it Black Forest? Is it Germany? Or was it, Norway, Sweden type areas? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think it was kind of like Norway, Sweden, those kinds of zones, areas, countries. Wasn't it? I think it was. Anyway, that one, I think it was largely because of the pine forests that were all over it. Very, very different to anything I've experienced. I've not lived in a forest. I've seen a few plantations of some pine trees here and there with the, like, we've got, like, our country's forestry commission. It's planted lots of small stands of pine trees all over the country, which are then harvested for timber. And a lot of the ones that were planted in the 60s are being harvested at the moment. So there's areas of trees that I've known for the last 20 years are all being clear felled at the moment. And it looks kind of strange seeing all these areas being stripped down of all of the timber that was there. I think that's just missing a tiny strip up through there. Not really enough to worry about. So yeah, it is kind of strange seeing these things. What are you doing? You've sort of walloped up against each other with this. Okay, I was expecting them to... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.